It's an absolutely ridiculous day in the world of Magic the Gathering. As of today, there are now $1,000 Magic the Gathering beanbag chairs that you can buy. And even crazier than that is the Beanbag Secret Lair.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The Magic Historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends. I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for a very wonky installment of Mega Magic News. This is the Lovesac edition. What a ridiculous name for a beanbag chair. But before we dive into the news, I do want to make an announcement because I've been getting a lot of questions about this. The live stream times have changed. I'm live streaming each day now starting around 8 Eastern, all right? So that's happening either on this channel each night or over on the Hatcher YouTube channel. That out of the way, let's talk about the beanbag silliness. Up on the screen, you are going to see the Lovesac. Now, you may have heard about this tangentially in the past because this was showcased at a Magic 30 event. This is another Magic 30 item that has a $1,000 price tag, and this is a beanbag chair. In the most technical sense, it's actually not a beanbag chair. When you take a look at what they actually put inside of it, they say it's a particular kind of foam that apparently holds up better than beanbags. So it's a situation where, I don't know, I remember beanbags back in the day. They're kind of comfy, really obnoxious to get out of. I've heard good reviews of this thing, but the price tag is absolutely absurd. Basically, here is the deal. You can pay $1,000, I mean roughly, I'm rounding up the tiniest bit. You can pay $1,000, and that's American dollars too. We're not even talking Canadian dollars. So 1,000 American dollars gets you this foam beanbag chair and a box of Phyrexia All Will Be One. And if you're wondering how much it costs if you just want to buy the cover, because there are some people out there who apparently own these things and will just reskin them with whatever flavor they want. Like, I want to sit on pictures of Magic cards, so I'll just buy the cover and a box. And that's $400. There's no option for you to buy it without a booster box tucked in there, which feels like a crazy choice. Why wouldn't you just let me buy this thing sans the box, right? Like, drop the price tag. But either way, this is a very bizarre product. The price tag on this feels really, really high. I don't know how much beanbag chairs cost right now. I know furniture prices have risen up, but $500 just for the foam inside feels like a lot of cash, right? So you've seen the Lovesac. Now you're going to be able to understand the Lovesac Secret Lair. Now, this isn't exactly what it seems at first. It is a bizarre item you're looking at. It's like, okay, you got your standard issue Secret Lair. It's coming out on the 14th. That makes sense. A Valentine's Day Secret Lair. We haven't seen Wizards do one of those since the one that had Heliod, but we definitely have precedence for it. So it makes sense that this would just pop up out of the blue, tacked on to a $1,000 beanbag chair. So get your chair, sit down, get your Lovesac Secret Lair. Now, what you may notice in the artwork is all of these actually have Lovesacs in them. So, depending on the card you're looking at, it may be less obvious when you look at Ashnod's altar, but there's a Lovesac right there in the middle of the card. If you look at the card right beside it, the Cauldron Familiar, you got your little cat. He's chilling there with his crystal ball. And what's he sitting on? Oh, that's right. He's there on a Lovesac. This is a hilarious concept. You can even see the straight up branding on it, right? Like, the idea behind this is hilarious, right? Then you have the Falconwrath Aristocrat, this one reclining in her vampiric splendor in, again, a beanbag chair with the branding on it. And then you have Goblin Bombardment, which tell me, before you actually look for the Lovesac logo and everything, doesn't this actually give you the vibe of what is the name of that little baby Yoda dude? Is it Grognu or something like that? Groblar? I don't know, whatever it is. That dude's a little cutie. He's like, I'll use the Force. I'll protect you. I'll be your Mando, bro. I'll be your #1 Mando. Anyways, I get strong vibes of that little dude off of the Goblin Bombardment art. But there they are on their like floating little love sacks. So it's a strange setup. You look at the cards that are chosen: Ashnod's Altar, Cauldron Familiar, the Aristocrats, the Bombardment. They're all about sacrificing creatures. They all feature love sacks in the artwork, right? And so this really does pass as if it was a genuine secret lair. And yesterday, when this art first showed up, when this image showed up, it tricked me. I genuinely believed that this was a real secret lair, but it's not. This is an amazing fake. And at first you go, wait, how did they pull this off? And then it clicks into your mind and you go, wait a minute, okay. AI artwork, right? I don't know if you guys have seen, there are varying ranges when it comes to AI artwork. You can get some really horrific low-grade garbage, but also if you use something like Midjourney, the artwork that can be done with it is genuinely impressive. And I've already seen people out there in the custom card community using this to great effect to make their cards. And so that's what we have here. And it's astounding on a couple of different levels. The mock-up straight out, it looks legitimate across the board, right? If you look at the way things are done with Wizards of the Coast, I thought about Ashnod's Altar and I went, well, there's Wizards just picking another card that they printed a bunch of times recently because they put it in the Brothers War and going, let's get one more milking out of it, right? And Goblin Bombardment is a super desirable uncommon as well. Cauldron Familiar too. People love it. You know, a lot of people play the Oven Cat. There were people commenting on this artwork going, no, why did they have to make it so cute? There are so many people commenting on it as if this was real, and it's absolutely understandable why. And this opens up a crazy new future for Magic the Gathering. You look at this is a secret lair that passed at first glance. And this is artwork that was just done by a computer. Now, when it comes down to AI artwork, Wizards of the Coast clearly isn't going to be using it immediately. There's partially the problem, as far as I understand it, there aren't really strong copyright law decisions and you can't really protect your artwork. So Wizards could use AI to generate artwork for Magic, but if they chose to do so, then anybody could take those images and use them for whatever. And that would give Wizards some problems, right? They want to control that. They already have people stealing their artwork. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there are all kinds of crazy mobile games where you'll just be staring at the graphics for it and you'll realize, yo, somebody just stole Magic artwork, slightly edited it, and slapped it into their game advertisement. So the AI situation is one where right now I don't see Wizards making a move. But if you look at this quality level, apparently if you really drill down into the artwork and get super deep into it, you can tell that the goblins have more fingers than they should. There are some minor tells that say this is AI art. But if you give it a couple years down the road, what's going to stop Wizards of the Coast from really going full AI if they can protect that artwork? If there's a way to tweak it and make it corporate property that they own, then all of a sudden this cuts a massive amount of costs, right? Because Wizards won't have to pay individually. They no longer do the royalty model where they pay individually per card, but they do pay, not individually per card, but individually for every single card that's printed with the artwork. That's how it used to work. Now it's they pay per artwork, and sometimes they go back and renegotiate with people's artwork from the royalty days and say, yo, let us pay you a one-time fee and we get to use this forever. So for me, this is a concerning step towards what I see as an inevitability. I figure that AI artwork is going to be the go-to. The cost and the speed, the fact that you can't customize it the way you want to right now, when they can go, yo, AI kicked out this artwork, and you can go, okay, rotate it 90 degrees, change the shading of the sun up here, like these, when you can get that specifically technical with it, there'll be no reason for them not to use AI. And honestly, up until this happened, I thought AI being used by Wizards of the Coast was a pipe dream that was maybe 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And at this point, I'm looking at it going, I don't even know. This AI stuff is absolutely wild. It accelerates the pace at which things go. There's no reason to think that Wizards couldn't literally just have an AI card generator that's sitting there generating all the different Magic cards up. I mean, obviously it's going to need some tweaking on the fine end from people, but they can have one little AI bot going, yo, I make the cards. And then you can have another AI bot that goes, I simulate a player base of 1 million people and I play all the cards against each other and play test them. And you can have another AI bot that goes, I'm the evil market AI bot and I calculate the exact dollar of secondary market values and project it. Like, just imagine the super hedge funds and how they pay for crazy software on the stock market so they can have these massive advantages. It's like, okay, our computers figure all this out and move that much quicker than you. Well, Wizards of the Coast can turn around and harness the same sort of things for secondary market forces. Obviously not with the same lightning fast insanity, because Magic card markets aren't these crazy liquid beasts like a stock market. But obviously, the more I think about AI, the more I feel like I'm just writing a crazy movie in my head where Wizards of the Coast fires like everybody who works there and they just have AIs for everything. AI customer service, but the art is the craziest part, because the AI, like when you look at AI artwork, yeah, when you know it's AI artwork, you go, okay, so a person didn't make that. It doesn't feel the same way. But if you don't know that, a lot of the time it can evoke the exact same emotions as regularly made artwork. So I don't know, man. This whole AI artwork is a big sticky situation all over the internet. But for me, it didn't hit home for Magic really hard until this non-secret layer. So if it's not clear, because I know sometimes through all my rambling, you don't get the point that I'm trying to make underneath, this lovesac secret layer is not real. But the beanbag chair for $1,000 plus the box is. So feel free to run and get one of those. And while you're at it, grab me a couple too. We'll hop around on them. Anyways, thanks for coming by, my friends. Big shout out to my patrons. And I will see you all for either another video on here or over on my other channel for tonight's live stream.